Hey everybody, it's Christine. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do my weekly wrap-up. It's not a very happy one, except for the last book. Anyways, I finished Simply Unforgettable by Mary Balog, and I gave it a 3. It was a bit slow, repetitive, and there was one part where, like, this is in the 1800s, and she dances with him twice. What are their names? Francis and Lucius. And after the second dance, she considers herself a tramp and thinks that she has to sleep with him. And then a little bit more in the book, she does it again. Like, just because you dance with somebody for twice doesn't mean you're a tramp. That's the whole point of courting. So yeah, it was a little bit slow. She meets him in a snowstorm. His carriage overtook hers, and then she ended up in a snowbank. So within a day of meeting each other, they're already in bed. Yeah. So, and then she didn't think she was worthy of him, and then, back and forth and back and forth, and she's a teacher. And the other part that I didn't like about it was the fact that he was always telling her what was best for her. Like, she was a singer, she had a great voice, and unfortunately she didn't want to progress with it or become known for her voice because of her past in London. And he thinks that she's just shy or afraid, and he keeps pushing it on her and pushing on her, and then all of a sudden she does it, and oh yeah, he was right. Yeah, no. So it got a little bit better as the book went on, but it was still this no, he's too good, or no, I'm not good enough, or I don't want to do this, but yeah, he was right. And it's just, yeah, no. So 3. I will continue on with the series because I want to see where the other characters go. And I think it's a quartet, if I'm not mistaken. Oops. So then I read Already Home by Susan Mallory, and I was hoping so much to like this one as much as I was expecting to. But I didn't. I gave it a 3, maybe a 3.25. But the girl is a sous chef, Jenna, and her husband pretty much leaves her, and he was all flash, and she was very creative with her cooking, and they both worked in the same kitchen, and he would always say it's disgusting, like, you don't know what you're doing. And meanwhile, he takes credit for if somebody likes what she cooks. So they break up, and she goes back to her hometown and opens up this kitchen utensil store. And she was adopted. Her birth parents came in, and you can kind of tell what's going on. It's not a big mystery. The way the parents are acting, you can kind of tell that there's something going on. So until they come in, it's kind of dull and boring. But it's hard to describe, but I didn't like how the birth mother was shoving herself into her face. Yeah, meeting is great, but she actually put herself into Jenna's life so much that she was unavoidable. And she was trying to tell Jenna that if she hadn't given her up, she would have had a much better life with the birth parents. And she had a wonderful life with her adoptive parents. And so that was kind of off. And then she kept calling her daughter, and Jenna's in her 30s. So she has not had her as a daughter since the day she was born. She didn't even hold her. And then she was saying that she didn't think the store was right for her because she's one of those hippie, transcendental people. And so yeah, it was kind of weird and awkward, and yeah. I really would have liked to see more of Violet's life, and Violet is the one, the girl that she hires for the store and ends up has all these great ideas and makes the store take off. You get more of her backstory than you do of the actual main character. So that was a little bit weird as well. So 3. 3.25. And then I decided I didn't feel like looking for The Time Traveler's Wife because there's a whole bunch of stuff over here. And it's going to stay there until after Christmas. So it was just easier to find a different book that would match. So I picked up Pretty Little Liars, book 1 in the Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard. And I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did, and I flew through it. I gave it a 4. I like the intrigue of it. Obviously, the girl goes missing in grade 7, and 3 years later, all her friends start getting letters about stuff that only she knows. And my daughter kind of spoiled it a bit. She goes, "Oh, is that the first one? Oh, well, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, stop. Because she hates being spoiled too. So she was kind of thinking it was funny because she's watched the whole series. And obviously the TV series is going to be different from the books. But I liked it. Even though it was teenager stuff, there was intrigue. And you kind of wonder where it's going to go. So I gave it a 4. And we're still reading Deathly Hallows, but we're like 82% finished. So there's that one. And I'm currently reading The Shop on Blossom Street by Debbie McComber. And this is my first book by her. My mom's read most of her books. And I really like it so far. It's easy to read, but you really get a sense of the characters right off the start. And it's about a woman who's battled cancer twice. And she decides to take her inheritance and open up a yarn store. And the other 3 characters are people that sign up for a beginner's knitting course for different reasons. There are 2 characters in here I'm not really too thrilled with because one of them is very pompous and everybody is lower than her and she's just not a very nice person. And the other one's kind of abrasive, and so we'll see. But so far I'm liking it. And then this week is going to be busy, Christmas coming up. But I hope to get to any of these ones. I still have to pick another one for the challenge. But I just actually happened to find one of them on my shelf. But the first one is The Wicked Wickerly, book 1 in the Rebellious Sons by Patricia Rice. Lisa Kleypas, Christmas Eve at Friday Harbor. And Dear Santa by Alice Orr. And I also have Skipping Christmas by John Grisham over there. So I might pick that one up too. So that is my week. I've been doing a lot of stitching. In fact, this whole box is full of ones that I have to cut out. Like, you can see some of them. There is a whole, like, lots. So I have to do that in the next couple of days. I was kind of hoping to get it done sooner because there's a couple more Christmas ones in it. But I ended up running out of stabilizer, and I've run out of some colors, and I've run out of bobbin thread. So it's one of those weeks. And then there was a day where if it could go wrong, it did. And so, yeah. They'll probably be up this week. Might not be able to, I'll be able to ship them out if you buy them, but I can't guarantee they're going to get there for Christmas. Excuse me. But I've started on Valentine's Day once, so those will be in. And I'm hoping to get New Year's maybe this week sometime, but I can't guarantee it. So for those of you who bought some from me, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. And that is the planner clips from Kizzie Clips on Etsy. So I think that's pretty much it. I hope everybody has an awesome week, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you.